kuwana beerta loo wadaa maanta insha Allah
sidaan bad dhulka u galin marka transplant shaq kuma dhacayo geedka sidii uu u sii baxaya marka geedka aad meel ka soo goyso meel kala gelinayso wuu isdhimaa hoos buu u noqdaa haddana dib uu ka soo kacaa ama ma soo kacaba saasoo ku dhintaa marka waxa jira waqti uu delay ku dhacayo geedkii dib u dhacayo bixidiisii marka kanay dib u dhici maayo hore unbuu u sii soconaya
insha Allah
cabaar haddana inuu dib u soo kaco aad sugi jirto sugi maysid wad ku ridi oo dhaqaajinayso farsamo cajiib ka war farsamo cajiib ma leeyahay caaga marka caaga la iibiya laakiin ciidda waa ciideeni wanaagsanayd ee xagaa ku sameynayna
wasdeey waa soo qaya madow madow ku jirta
waa tanaan qurminay
la marunta
taawey wata madow Soomaali
warda madow
ciidda annaga samaysanay weelkun baan soo iibsan
So we're doing intercropping and we are planning to put those little seedlings right inside of these onions because the onions are getting watered, so we want to use the same water. It's not like we don't have space, we just don't have enough water, so we're using the same place. For example, these are getting watered in here and they grow on the sides, right? So we'll just put one here, one there, one there. While those are growing, these will be ready for harvest. So that's our version of intercropping. Go plant. I dropped it.
Yamba. We're joojinayna. Term cusub baan bartay waan joojinayna. That means you put it into the hole.
Yes.
Waxaan gelinayaa basasha dhexdeeda waxaa la yiraahdaa intercrop. Waxaa la yiraahdaa intercrop. Intercrop baa la yiraahdaa waxaan gelinaynaa basasha iyo wax isku beeraynaa tamaandhada. Isku dhex beeraynaa. Say isula baxaan biyahana isula qaybsadaan. hoosta laga soo riixaa hoosta ka soo caawiya oo soo raacaya maragta waka sidaas ugu soo raacaya sida look ciidu way qoyantahay
That's why we are conserving so much water that we're just going to plant it in between. There's a little hole on the bottom that you just push it out with. I'm going to go deliver these to Mom now. Oh. See how their roots just went all curly inside. So we are also really trying to get ahead of the tomato season after Ramadan because that's usually when it's most expensive because no one has enough water to plant tomatoes, and that is our goal here, is to be just to have it at the right time, you know. Oh, that one's not gonna be good. Come on, you can do it. Yeah. Funny story, this is actually a new beehive. Here you go. A new beehive because our farm guy found more bees. I don't know how, but he found them in a tree over there, so he's gonna go collect them overnight. And we'll be at 3 bees this season, inshallah, unless the crazy bee stealer comes. There was a traumatic story a few years ago. Someone stole our bees. Yeah, someone can actually steal bees. That's why it smells so good. Okay, you're just weeding?
Okay, look. Okay. One more, the last one.
I know. How many was that? There's 100 in the tray, and they are seeded 2 by 2. Can you imagine? 200 seedlings planted in 10 minutes. That's awesome when you have amazing farm workers who aren't against the idea. They were so into it, huh?
Yeah, they seen the benefit.
We had 2 major factors that were new here, and it's really hard to adjust to new things. The fact that they were in blocks, and the fact that we wanted to plant them inside the onions.
Oh yes, it's for the best control.
Yeah. Yay! And they were down with it all. Love supportive farm workers. Now we're just gonna water them, and we good. Because we've had so many different farm workers over the years. Some of them you get and they just end up being watchmen, and you're like, okay, you're not really helpful. And then you get some who are willing to do things only their way. That's also not helpful. So when we get a good one, when you get a really good farm worker, like, you just can't imagine. That's why I say all that in that last bit where I was like, they were so supportive. These are basic things we're asking for, but when you get a handful of farm workers who just like not willing to do things a new way, which is our, you know, different ideas that we come up with through our research on YouTube, then it gets difficult. You get a lot of friction. Then you get some more farm workers who are just a watchman, and that's all you can ask. Alhamdulillah, they are just watching your property and watering your plants. But these 2 guys, they're unreal. I remember my sister once said when we were on the phone with her about how we keep losing farm workers, and she's like, why don't you just give them insurance? I was like, that's not really a concept here. But we really did find a way to give them insurance in a different form, like a very Somali form of insurance, which is just, you know, give them good vibes. Shahad, shahad, you know, give them a tip every so often, and then they'll just be like really happy at the end of the month, and bring them food, bring them meat on Fridays from your pot, you know. Generosity really works wonders in the form of insurance. This is one of my favorites. Don't ask me what it's called. It grew out of nowhere. We didn't plant it. It came with another tree. The other tree died and this one grew, so that was really cool. And I'm waiting for this whole thing to flower with beautiful flowers. This is a passion fruit vine, and the bees love them. There's so much pollen on a passion fruit flower, but it just needs the rainy season, that's all, inshallah. All right, my little blah blah break is over. We are gonna start with these raised beds and plug in the onions that we got. So when it comes to onions, you can do 2 things. You can buy your seeds, which are pretty expensive here locally, or, drum roll please, you just keep the little bulbs from your last harvest, and they grow in twice as much speed as the normal seed would grow. And you can't really sell this little bulb either. Yeah, I know. I'm showing them the little bulbs. Like, you can't really sell this. It's the size of my finger. You can. I mean, people will buy. But they're more valuable as an onion starter and cheaper than buying seeds because, yeah, it's your own product. They grow twice as fast. They will literally grow, what was it, half the speed that the other ones took to grow. So a normal onion takes about 6 months. This one takes 3 months. Last time we chopped off, was it the head or the butt?
The head, butt.
Yeah, you need to keep these roots, so we're just gonna do like this. I need a chopping board. I'm trying to be Somali gal and chop like this. This has a lot of yeah. I would be way faster with a chopping board. There you go, gives it a starter. Okay, Google. So ma wada dhawin. Okay, bas intaasaan la kici waan soo beeri. Hay. Ma kici karo. Kada labsi waan barto. Maanta waa kici kari waay. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. So you just make a line and you put the roots down. It's funny. And then you just Next line. Anche la fogfogeia. Nope. Anche la fogfogeia. So we are back home after quite a day of farm work. I just wanted to show you guys the other way of planting onions, which is a lot simpler. It's buy seeds and put them in the ground, which is really cute. So let me show you. I find it so fascinating. So these were seeded 2 different times. You can see the height difference, and then these ones back here are much shorter. What I think is so cool is the onion grows. You can see the seed on the top right here. It never actually lets it go until it's ready to let go. So much beauty and simplicity. So we've got this row, and then we have this just like 2 weeks behind. It's really important for us to grow our things in different timelines, like a week later or 2 weeks later, just to keep our stuff sustainable. As we're living in the motherland, we like to be self-sufficient, you know. Isn't that the goal for everyone? So alhamdulillah, right now we do keep a lot of self-sufficiency by staggering our harvests. We're never without tomatoes, that's for sure. And we still have onions from last year. We've got like 2 or 3 left. I'm not gonna brag about those for much longer, but we hope that between the ones we planted today, what's in the ground already waiting to be harvested, and these beauties coming to life real soon, we got onions. So if you need onions, let us know. All right, guys, if you like that video, leave us a like. We're trying to share as much as we can whenever we can, all these beautiful journeys in the motherland, and hoping to encourage you to make it here. I don't know if you guys noticed, but do us a favor, hit the subscribe button. We're almost at 100K. Yeah, it's been years, but I'm happy to have you guys on this journey, and let's make it closer and closer to that 100K. Funny, I didn't think we'd achieve our goal of food sustainability in the motherland before we achieved our YouTube goal of 100K. So help us get there, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.